ain't never been tied together, nigga.
All right, we not
I
doing
ain't paid for your
this, man.
studio time, nigga. What you talking
Me.
about?
That's all I give a fuck about.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, I don't know what's been going on with Memo600 lately, y'all. It seems like either everybody he comes across, he's getting into it with, or he's getting into it with his friends and people he used to be cool with. Now, it's like someone put a hex on Memo, man. As funny as it sounds, I'm kind of serious. It seems like ever since him and Dirk got back cool as well, he's been putting all Dirk songs in his Instagram lives. He's been using the songs on his posts and promoting Dirk. Now it's almost as if he couldn't wait to get back cool with Dirk. But like I said in the previous video, he needs to be wary of that whole situation, and I think twice if I was him. But that's just me. Now, aside from this Wack100 situation, Memo also got into it with C600 recently, who's also another 600 affiliate. If y'all remember, he also got into it with Buka600, who was also affiliated with Lil Durk. So I don't know how that goes. You see what I'm saying? I don't know how that relationship, do they amend it or just keep it how it is and just move on? But anyway, I'm gonna do a whole video on the C600 situation, so y'all stay tuned. Now, on another note, we on the road to 50,000 subscribers, 30 more subs, and we at 50, man. Once again, I appreciate every last one of y'all for the support. It wouldn't be possible without y'all, and also it feels good to have a platform where like-minded people can come and share their thoughts. And it's pretty much where it might not be as common as the popular opinions, but at the end of the day, it's a free space where everyone can voice their feelings, whether good, bad, or indifferent. We still have that respect for each other where we can learn from each other or just agree to disagree and move on. Now, before we get into this video, man, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And I swear, it's lit here. So join one of the latest games on YouTube so you can stay updated with some of the realest content. Now let's get straight into it. Now, once again, this Clubhouse app has been the leading host and rappers saying a little too much about other rappers or people they found, little disagreements with or aren't too fond of. And usually it's Wack100 stirring up controversy, but as of lately, Memo600 been participating in the antics. Now, it seems like just a few weeks ago, everyone was rooting for Memo when reports came out that Wack100 was signing him and Lil Durk was releasing him from whatever contract or agreement they may have had in the works. Now, like I exposed in the previous video, that move was kind of random, with Wack100 being from the West and Memo600 being from Chicago. Now, it's like, how is Wack100 even supposed to market Memo600 when he has artists like Blueface? Alright, totally different demeanors. However, Memo600 pretty much confirmed the reports in his Instagram story by reposting the news and putting his location in one of the posts in Hollywood, indicating that he may be in California handling business. Now, clearly something must have went wrong in the midst, because fast forward to a few days ago, Wack100 went on Clubhouse like he usually do and spoke on some problems concerning him and Memo600 after everyone thought that Memo was signed to him. Now, Wack said a few things that made sense, but one thing that you have to realize about Wack100 is that he's a master manipulator. And that's personally because if you're not careful, you'll get caught in his web. He'll give you a little bit of truth surrounded by a whole bunch of lies, but when you hear the truth, that will make you agree with him, and at that point, he got you. Alright, so Wack said a few things, and this is where the quick little Twitter beef between Chief Keef and Memo600 stemmed from, because Wack100 alleged that Chief Keef told him not to mess with Memo600, and instead of Memo600 contacting Keef first to make sure, he jumped the gun and said some things. Then Chief Keef responded via Twitter, but at the end, him and Chief ended up patching things up, as Memo posted a screenshot of him and Sosa indicating that everything was pretty much fine. Now, Wack100 also alleged that he went to Empire to see if Memo was clear for him to sign him. He says that they okayed it, but when he went to Lil Durk, he said allegedly Durk wasn't trying to release him, which is odd because if Empire is the parent label and they tell you that it's okay, why do you go to Durk? You know, it's like no need, unless him and Durk have such a personal relationship like that and he didn't want to jeopardize it. I don't know. But anyway, Wack also said that it's not about the music. He's going to shut Memo600 down completely and own him, and also show proof that he owns him, and then make him beg and apologize for his rights publicly in front of everybody. Now, if Wack100 has that type of power, I don't know, but Wack has been around for quite some time, so I'm sure he knows some people, and also he sounded a little too confident. So, I mean, you gotta watch out with Wack100, man. Now, the one thing that stuck out to me the most, the one thing I do agree with Wack100 about was when someone asked Wack if he's going to blackball Memo600, and Wack100 reply was, quote, "I don't have to do that because he's doing that to himself." Alright, and that stuck out to me because I've already said that in previous videos I did concerning Memo and Durk. I feel Memo is treating the industry like it's the streets, and he can't do that. He don't understand he has to separate the streets from the music industry. It's a business, and if you come in with that aggressive energy and keep talking about you're going to do something to somebody and making no type of threats, nobody is going to want to be around you. Them big bosses who own labels and they paying all this money, they aren't thugs. They are nerds with money, and if you make them feel uncomfortable, they cut you off immediately. Alright, so he's definitely burning his own bridges and he don't even know it. Just like when he called himself having friction with Lil Durk. That wasn't smart because everyone that was cool with Durk wasn't going to mess with Memo because they're not going to jeopardize their relationship with one of the hottest guys coming out of Chicago right now, who they got history with, for an up and coming rapper out of Chicago. Just not going to happen. And Wack said it best. He said that the game isn't built on friends, it's built on politics. All right. And that's just the biggest thing in any part of business, because mostly it's about who you know and not what you know. Now, Memo must have called win because shortly after he gets on Clubhouse in a room called Wack100 didn't drop me, I told him I no longer needed his assistance. Handshake emoji. Right? And he played the recording of Wack on Clubhouse and decided to speak on it. Now, at first, he was dissing Blueface, stating that the Bust Down Tatiana record was trash. He proceeded to say that he got about 10 of those records. And then he also stated that Wack100 was going around asking about him, asking Empire Records about him, and saying that Empire cleared him to sign him. However, Durk wouldn't release him. Now, Memo stated that Wack100 was lying about that because he supposedly not even signed to Durk, and he actually owns his own masters in the first place. Now, I would believe that, right? But it's kind of confusing, and the reason why I say that is because I would believe that, but the only reason why I'm a little confused is because if that was the case, why did Memo make that song Nobody's Property after alleging that Empire CEO Ghazi told him that someone from OTF told him not to mess with him? Alright, so it's like a confusing situation. But when it comes to the statements that Memo600 made about Chief Keef, it seems as the real reason they got into it is because of a simple misunderstanding due to Wack100 doing what he usually do on Clubhouse, which is making up lies for a story. Now, the only problem with that is Memo took the bait and actually said what he said first. Now, Memo600 didn't fully go in because he was saying that he hope it ain't true because he knows Wack just be lying sometimes for stories. Alright. However, he still said too much to begin with. He let his mouth jump the gun before checking in with Sosa first, and which he should have did because they got close ties with each other to begin with. He already said that Tato was a B word and say he don't really rock with them anyway. So he pretty much indicating whether they had this situation or not, he really just don't rock with them in the first place. Alright, he said that Chief Keef not really like that and he can't fight. He already said he feels Sosa new music is trash and he'll go song for song with him. And then to put the icing on the cake, he talked about a street situation involving Chief Keef, alleging that Keef ran on him while they was on a drill. So personally to me, it's really no coming back from that because you already told me how you truly feel. How am I supposed to trust you after hearing that? How are we supposed to go back to things being quote unquote normal? But that's just me personally. I don't know how Chief Keef and them get down. That's an issue between them. But once again, you got to watch the company you keep, because you never know how people truly feel on the inside. Now, to sum it all up, Wack100 ran his mouth on Clubhouse about him and Memo situation and lied about Chief Keef telling him to not to sign Memo in the process, and also allegedly lied about Dirk not releasing him. All right. So shortly after, Memo responded, and in the midst of responding, he threw Chief Keef under the bus without checking in with him first, knowing that Wack100 is known to not be credible sometimes. Fortunately, Keef and Memo patched things up right away, man, and the rest is history, man, which is dope, because these guys are two dudes that came from the same place, and they already have a history of being friends. They got ties together. They got the same friends. It just would have been another whole little Dirk situation all over again for Memo. Now, as for Memo, it seems like he just can't keep himself out of hot water or the headlines when it comes to, you know, just going back and forth with people, whether it's 16 shot on visuals, C-Day, Dirk, Buka, Chief Keef, Wack100. It's a whole bunch of people, man. I feel personally that your boy Memo got a lot of potential to be a dope artist, man, but once again, he just has to focus. I stated that in a previous video. He has to focus and stop burning bridges. And when I say bridges, is he's getting into it with all the wrong people. First it started with Dirk, and I'm pretty sure people, you know, it was like maybe not a real blackball, but it was just discreet, because once again, nobody's going to mess with you knowing that you are into it with one of the biggest artists right now out of Chicago. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I hope he find his lane, man. And it is what it is. That's the story. Now, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. And I'm out.